So in the previous classes we have discussed about price elasticity, their types, and then perfectly inelastic and perfectly elastic. Those are the two extreme cases of elasticity of demand or price elasticity of demand. So after discussing all those, we go forward to measurement of price elasticity of demand. So how do we measure price elasticity? So first method that we have is percentage method. So through this percentage method we can actually measure the price elasticity of demand, or the how much of change in quantity takes place when there is a price change, or how much elasticity of demand takes place because of change in demand or change in price. So actually we can measure out in unit. So first method that we have is percentage method. So in this percentage method, the formula for price elasticity is given by percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in the price. So in symbolic terms we can illustrate or represent this way. So since we are dealing in percentage, so 100 is here. Change in quantity demanded, that is the original, Q is the original quantity, and this change in quantity demanded into 100, and which will be divided by change in price into 100 divided by the original price. So further we can derive like this. So when we make it into division sign, so we have like this, and then when we put into sign, so this one will go up and this one will go down, and lastly what we have is change in Q divided by change in P into P by Q. So we are just deriving this big formula into a smaller formula. So actually this is the formula that we are going to use when we are measuring price elasticity in percentage method. So this is the formula where EP is the price elasticity, Q is the original quantity, Q is the original quantity, P is the original price, and then this small triangle means small change. So this means that change in quantity demanded, change in price into original price and original Q. And one thing that we have to keep in mind is that this elasticity of demand has a negative sign, since the change in quantity demanded of a commodity is in opposite direction to the change in its price. So law of demand is an inverse relationship between quantity demanded and price. So by nature it has a negative sign. But what do we do in economics is that by convention minus sign before the values of price elasticity of demand is generally ignored in economics. So when calculating price elasticity in economics, we ignore the minus sign before the values of price elasticity. So minus sign is ignored here, and we shall be talking about this, explaining about this in the numerical problems. So first let us know how to calculate this price elasticity in a numerical form. So the first numerical problems that we have in percentage methods is given here. So let us look at the question. So problem number 1. Suppose price of a commodity falls from rupees 9 to rupees 10 per unit, and due to this quantity demanded of the commodity increases from 100 units to 120 units. What we have to find out? We have to find out the price elasticity of demand. So price has fallen from 10 rupees to rupees 9, and because of this fall in price, what happens is there is an increase in the quantity demanded from 100 units to 120 units. So what is the price elasticity of demand? What is the degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded when there is a fall in price? That we have to find out. So solution: change in price Change in price is given by how much? That is rupees 10 minus rupees 9. So it will be rupee 1. So change in price is rupee 1 because it has fallen from rupees 9 to rupees 10. And what is the original price? Original price was rupees 10. And what is the change in quantity? Change in quantity is from 120 units minus, so it will be 20. So earlier he was demanding 100 units, but when there is a fall in price, he is demanding 120 units. So what will be the change in quantity demanded? Then we have to divide the new quantity minus the original quantity, and we get 20 units, and rupee 1 is the change in price. So what is the original quantity again? Original quantity is 100 units. So according to the formula, we have to find out percentage change in quantity alone. So how percentage change in quantity is given by Q into 100. So what is the change in quantity? Change in quantity is 20. What is the original quantity? Original quantity is 100 into 100. And so what we got is 20. So change in quantity is, percentage change in quantity is 20 here. So now we have to find out the percentage change in price. So percentage change in price again is change in price, original price into 100. So change in price we have found out is rupees 1 divided by the original price is rupees 10 into 100, and what we get is so 1 into 10 is 10. So this is the change in or percentage change in price. So the formula for price elasticity is given by percentage change in Q divided by percentage change in price, which is equal to 20 by 10, because percentage change in Q is 20, percentage change in price is 10. So we got 2 as the price elasticity. So this 2 is the price elasticity of demand when there is a fall in the price from rupees 10 to 9 and quantity demanded increase from 100 to 120 units. So 2 is the price elasticity of the demand. So there is an alternative way to solve the price elasticity of demand, or to find out the price elasticity of demand, and we are taking the example of problem number 1 to explain that. So in this method, what we do is we directly use the price elasticity formula to obtain the elasticity coefficient. So what is the price elasticity formula? EP equals change in Q divided by change in P into price divided by. So we have found out this value, and this value is in the question. So we just substitute these values, substituting the values of change in Q, change in price, P, Q. So what we have here, EP equals change in Q is, we have found out that it is 20. Change in price is rupees 1, that we have found out. Original price is rupees 10, and then original quantity demanded is 100. So 2 tens are 200. 1 into 100 is 100. So 10 2. So the answer is the same. So this is an alternative way to find out, price elasticity of demand by directly, using the price elasticity formula to obtain the elasticity coefficient. So problem number type 2. So in this question, we will talk about the minus sign that we have just mentioned. So in calculating this percentage method for the price elasticity of demand, the minus sign is ignored. So here, let us look at the question. So the quantity demanded of a commodity at the price of rupees 10 per unit is 40 units. So at price rupees 10 per unit, quantity demanded is 4 unit, and here price elasticity of demand is given. It is minus 2, because as mentioned, price elasticity value is always negative. So not always negative, but in the question it is given negative here. So its price falls by rupees 2 per unit. So this is the original question. Here the original price is rupees 10. Original quantity demanded is 40 units, and price elasticity minus 2. And now price has fallen to rupees 2. So what will be the change in the quantity demanded at the new price at rupees 2? What will be the change in the quantity demanded? That we have to find out. So given, what is given here? Price elasticity is given here. It is minus 2, or just write minus 2, and then change in price is how much? Price has fallen by rupees 2, so it is 2. Change in price is rupees 2, and then next is the original quantity demanded is 40 units. 40 units at rupees 10, and then original price was how much? Is rupees 10. So this is given in the question. So as we have said, this minus sign have to be ignored while calculating price elasticity of demand. So let us see. The formula is given like this. Change in Q, change in P into P by Q. So that is the formula for price elasticity. So here price elasticity is given minus 2. So we have to ignore this minus sign. Change in quantity demanded, that we have to find out. Change in price is how much? Rupees 2 into original price is 10. Quantity demanded was 40 units. So next is 2 change in Q. So what do we do here? 2 5s are 10, and then 5 8s are 40. So what we have is change in Q by 8. So change in Q equals 8 into 2 equals to 16. So 16 is the quantity demanded. With the quantity will increase by 16. So this is per unit. So 16 units will be increased from the quantity demanded. So the total quantity demanded will be 40 was the earlier, and then 16 is added here. So total quantity demanded is how much? When we add, it will be 56 units. So that is how we find out the quantity demanded of the new prices, ignoring the minus sign of the price elasticity of demand. So that is how we calculate the price elasticity of demand in the percentage method. And you may be asked to find out the change in price, and then the price elasticity, and then percentage change in the price, and then percentage change in quantity demanded. So by using the formula, we can find out all those questions. By using the formula of price elasticity of demand, we can find out the change in price, the change in quantity demanded, price elasticity, etc.